we love you, everybody here loves you. The feeling that I would imagine is that the whole nation loves you, and that everywhere you go, people are stopping you in the street and just saying wonderful things to you. But that's not always the case, is it? You recently put a post out on Instagram talking about a really nasty thing that happened to you while you were walking through an airport. And I'll paraphrase, but basically some idiots were calling you horrible names.
Yeah.
You're a confident man. Does that still cut you to the quick?
You know, every now and again it does. I'm quite... So the most of the abuse that I get from in the street is always about my sexuality. So it's about being gay. And I do a lot of work with gay charities, talking about language and when we're allowed to say the word gay. And so but behind my brain, there's a part of me that's very academic about it. But every now and again, when it becomes part of your reality and you experience it, every now and again it gets to you. And it doesn't always. But this day it did, actually, because I was flying up to Glasgow and I was at City Airport and I walked past a bunch of guys, and as I walked past, they called me, I won't say it on camera, but they called me a couple of names, and basically just turned and looked at each other. The reason it annoyed me was because they just looked at each other afterwards, and they didn't laugh, they didn't do anything with it, it wasn't aiding their conversation, it was nothing, it was just a throwaway comment. And I walked away, and I was waiting for my flight, and I wrote it out saying, you know, you did that. And you're not allowed to do that. You are not allowed to do this in public. And nobody else heard it but this group of lads. It was kept just to them. But that didn't make it not public. It was public, and they used it against me. I don't think they were being malicious. I definitely didn't feel like I was in danger. But what it did do is it made me think to myself, I am 43 years old. I am confident. I know who I am. But there's lots of young boys, girls, trans out there that are all coming out dealing with their sexualities or their identities. You are not allowed to do that because these kids will be affected. And do you think it's really funny? And you probably had a great stag do wherever you were going to. Wonderful. But actually, you're not allowed to do that. And and people have to listen to it. And I use social media a lot to be quite political because I think that I've got a responsibility to turn around and say, actually, this is not right. And, you know, I've got quite a big following. So hopefully people were listening. And the traction on that one post was incredible.
Good for you. Good for you.